All right, you too. Thank you very much, J-Rod.
Thank you, and thanks for being flexible. As always, the schedule, we've had a great show, and we're not even done. We're going to take a break. When we come back, do not go anywhere. We got some more news to talk. You know what? We mentioned unfinished business earlier. Actually, I've got a similar situation. The Cowboys have put themselves on Front Street here, too. We'll talk about that. New Mike Tyson movie coming out. Weekend preview. Some big stuff going on for the Indians this weekend. Hamilton night. 25 years, man. One of the best in all of sports doing his thing. Jim Thome statue. The last place Rangers are in town. If you're going to start digging in for a wild card, this would be a good weekend to start Indians. We'll talk about all of that and wrap up the week when we come back here on the Sports Fix.
And we keep them heads high when we lower shoulder pads, bone chilling hits. Kinda feels like your molars crack. Soon to be above the rest. Challenges are lay the rest. Play the game to win the game and win the game to be the best. Ain't no rest till we're laying next to the Lombardi Trophy. Super Bowl champs start the chant if you with me, homie. I am in that brown. I'm in that orange. I'm walking East 9. I am in that brown. I'm in that orange. I'm in the Muni line.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Throwing you the best sports commentary in town. The Sports Fix.
I'll tell you what, whether you just started listening to the show today or you've been listening since the beginning of the Sports Fix, you know that our thing is how proud we are to be from Cleveland, to be in Cleveland, and to get the opportunity to broadcast and represent Cleveland to the world live right here on the Sports Fix each and every weekday. Well, I'll tell you what, that same sentence could just replace the word Sports Fix with our friends GV Art and Design and have the same statement, because GV Artwork, you guys have seen their stuff all over town, makers of some of the best Cleveland sports apparel you'll ever see. Unique, original designs. Fantastic. They say Cleveland that I love, and then they put it on their chest, and they put it on your chest too. Don't forget, we tell you all the time, use the sales code FIX10. Any purchase you make with gvartwork.com, you'll save 10% on your total purchase, just for letting them know that you heard about it right here on the Sports Fix. So whether you check them out, gvartwork.com, or check out the brand new store in Lakewood on Detroit Avenue, they are fantastic people with a fantastic product. Cleveland that we all can love. GV Art and Design. It's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
It's the Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
The engines are cranking and purring, and that can only mean one thing. Bike nights are back at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted. Rev up your hogs and head on down to Harry Buffalo North Olmsted every Monday night. Enjoy $3 drinks and beers, $5 pizzas, and crazy wing specials for all bikers, all on their open patio. Hot bikes, good friends, and great times are waiting for you. 4824 Great Northern Boulevard, right outside Great Northern Mall. Monday bike nights at Harry Buffalo, the proud sponsor of the Sports Fix. Sports Fix listeners, like us on Facebook today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix.
At the corner of Carnegie and Ontario, it's basketball time at the Q.
Have you gotten your copy of Cleveland's Finest yet? Highlighting the best moments, players, and media members in Cleveland sports history? In-depth personal interviews with some of the top names in Cleveland sports fill the pages of this incredible book.
Joe Gray,
Fred McLeod, Hector Marinero.
Discussing the most intimate and sometimes controversial details of the largest moments in our town's sports history.
The Indians have won the divisional title.
A perfect game for Len Barker.
What a win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their first time in a playoff.
It's the first book written from the players' point of view, with the media that covered it and the fans that watched. Finally, the true stories are told, from a miracle in Richfield to the NBA Finals.
The Detroit Pistons have been booby-trapped.
From a perfect game to a World Series one pitch from victory. From a Wildcat High School dynasty to the golden days of the Browns, Barons, and Crunch, this book will change the way the entire sports nation looks at Cleveland.
Cleveland, you will have an October to remember.
Cleveland's Finest by Vince McKee is this year's must-have book for every Cleveland sports fan. Available now at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Plagans, the voice of the Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Radio Shack has forever ruined this song for me, made it better, because I can never, ever hear this song without seeing all of my favorite 80s characters tearing apart Radio Shack. That commercial, I'm telling you, I think it was in the Super Bowl, but that's my favorite series of commercials. Actually, you could go, they've got extended versions of some of those. They've got some good stuff, man, I tell you. So every time I hear Working for the Weekend Now, it's ruined. I always see Cliff Clavin, Hulk Hogan, and Alf kicking in the door of the Radio Shack. Welcome back in. Final segment of the Sports Fix here across the Sports Fix Radio Network. We're into hour 3, man. We've done that every day this week. And I'll tell you what, man, it's been a fantastic week, you guys. Thank you so much for being with us. Thanks to everybody who's been with us Monday through Friday, all the guests, all the listeners, everybody that's called. Today, Jeff Gorman, Jonathan Knight, Sportswriter extraordinaire. Thanks to you guys for being with us as well. Looking forward to, you know what? I'm not even going to look forward to next week yet. I'm going to finish this here. We got a lot to talk about on Monday. John McMullen back in, I don't know if John will be here on Monday or not. Eagles camp messing with us here. We're in that tricky time where some people's schedules are all moved around here. But Dan Wismar, I don't even know if Dan will be here. I don't know what we're doing on Monday. But I know we're here on Friday. Back into it, guys, and a lot of things. Real quick, Roger Goodell. We were just talking about this earlier. And, of course, first thing he's asked about in Canton today, the Ray Rice situation. And he defended the NFL's suspension. He said that in no way is domestic violence acceptable. However, the suspension is consistent with the other punishments issued by the league. Bull, man, get out of here with that crap. You know, Roger Goodell's a joke. The NFL is ridiculous here. And here's the best line. What's important here is that Ray has taken responsibility for his actions. That's Roger Goodell's takeaway from this whole thing. That's just for you guys that were wondering what's truly important here. Now you have the answer. What's important here is that Ray has taken responsibility for his actions. So there you go. He's owned it now, and now it's good. But the punishment is consistent with our other punishments. So because your punishments are stupid, and I still don't see where's consistency in that. Where is consistency? Because in none of the 50 states is domestic violence legal. However, in 2 of them, smoking pot is not just medically legal, it's just legal. Walking down the street legal. Going to the corner store legal. But we're working for consistency. But it doesn't matter. None of that matters, because what's important here is that Ray has taken responsibility for his actions. And this is no joke. You guys, I dare you to do this right now and tell me if the same ad pops up on the side of your screen. If you were to go to ESPN's website right now, click on the article that says Roger Goodell defends the Ray Rice ban. I swear to you, right on the side of the screen, the advertisement sponsored on ESPN's site by Dick's Sporting Goods, no joke. Nike women's Ray Rice jersey, $145. Click here to buy it. It's the embedded ad in the story, because those ads look for words, keywords, and then they find an ad and they put it on the screen for you. So because of Ray Rice and women being in the same story, that was the picture that they tried to sell you on the side of the screen. So while you're reading an article about defending the suspension, you can click over here and spend $145 on the women's Ray Rice home limited edition jersey. Oh, the ironies just, they drip from this whole thing. But way to go, Roger Goodell. Way to go. I'm going to keep moving on. I'm not even going to touch that anymore. I'm just going to move on past that because it just infuriates me. And I don't even care about the Josh Gordon aspect of it. It infuriates me. Really, with right up there, like if you say, hey, what are the things that people can do that are right at the top of your list that you just got no time for and that you can't stand? Domestic violence and drunk driving are just literally 2 of the top things at the top of the list. But so I've got my own personal biases there too. Some different things that I saw I wanted to bring up. We were talking about unfinished business and the Indians putting it on the T-shirt, right? Okay, well, at least they just put it on a T-shirt. And if they don't make the playoffs, hey, some people bought a $10 T-shirt. Check this out. Dallas Cowboys, they better have a season. They better have a season because they've set themselves up for some mocking coming down. The Dallas Cowboys sent out their season tickets this week. And in the season ticket envelope, they not only had preseason, they had your regular season tickets, and they sent everyone playoff tickets already printed. Tickets for 2 playoff games and the NFC Championship game, which, by the way, the Cowboys have not been in an NFC Championship game since the 1995 season. In other words, since before Art Modell moved the Browns to Baltimore. But he printed the tickets and sent it out with them. They got parking passes, they got playoff tickets and everything for the postseason that's to come. So if you think people are throwing the unfinished business back in the Indians' face there with their stuff, the Cowboys went a whole step further. And I got to tell you, man, like, I get it, and I get the moxie of trying to do it, but you have 3 consecutive 8-8 seasons. You've got the 4-year playoff drought. You've got the fact that Brandon Weeden is a second away from being your starting quarterback. I mean, I don't know, man. Good luck with the Cowboys on that one. But I'm just saying, hey, I get the moxie of doing it. And yes, nobody paid extra for the tickets yet. They'll get charged as... So don't get me wrong. This is not making them pay for the tickets in advance. I'm not even saying that. They don't pay for them unless they make the game. But just sending them, just sending them in advance, there'll be a lot. I'm just saying, if people said, hey, you can't print unfinished business T-shirts and go 500, well, you don't send playoff tickets in July and go 500 either. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them or not. But I wanted to bring that up. I highly disagree on the Brandon Weeden thing down there. Vashon says he thinks Brandon Weeden's going to be okay because there's no pressure. Pressure has nothing to do with why Brandon Weeden wasn't okay. It had nothing to do with pressure. Brandon Weeden stinks, man. I'm sorry. Like, that's great. I'm glad that he can throw a 70-foot rope from his knees because he couldn't hit a guy 5 feet away if he threw it underhanded. Oh, wait, he's done that before. Look, man, I'm not wasting any more time talking about Brandon Weeden. I wish him the best of luck in Dallas because I don't have to see him play football anymore. So, but we'll see. Hey, we'll see what happens. He may MVP Brandon Weeden for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, it's possible, I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what you want me to say there. LG is sitting somewhere right now pulling his hair out. Right now going, Jared, let me call him right now. You're talking about Brandon Weeden. No, I'm not. Because LG is going to call if we don't get off of that really quick. Let's look at the other thing I noticed real quick. This was just a cool little story. They're making a new movie about Mike Tyson, and Variety magazine put it out. They've got some good people working on this. It's being put together by Terrence Winter. He's done Boardwalk Empire, episodes of The Sopranos, Wolf of Wall Street. A good guy putting this thing together. And they got Jamie Foxx playing Mike Tyson. And when I first saw that, I said, well, all right. But I saw a side-by-side, actually, of now. Mike Tyson now side-by-side. And I'm like, man, I can see it. And what they're going to, instead of makeup, they're going to use computer effects and CGI to make Jamie Foxx be the younger Mike Tyson, but they're going to make a full-blown movie, not a documentary like some of the things we've seen. I know they had the one Tyson movie that was out, but they're going to do a full-blown Mike Tyson movie expected to be filmed within the next year or so, so it'll probably be 18-24 months before the thing comes out, but yeah. But I mean, when I saw, mainly what drew my attention was when I saw the side-by-side, I said, man, the way they've aged, you actually could kind of see, if I'm looking at it right now, just holding my hand over Jamie Foxx, and I'm like, hey, I kind of see a little bit of him in Mike Tyson's face there. But that'll be interesting. Mike Tyson, because of that era that I grew up in, to me, I don't know. I watched him fight. I was going to say more legend than reality, but I watched him fight, and I disagree, man. I disagree. Mike Tyson would still do the same thing now if he came up. I don't know how long it would last and all that, but he ate people up when I was a kid. So, I know sometimes you glorify those things, but man, and I still say that era was the last great heavyweight era for boxing. And I know people will bring up the other guys like Roy Jones. You got Mayweather, and Mayweather does business for his fights, and De La Hoya did. You get the occasional guys that can draw from the lighter weights, and they're pretty much the only draws left.